Behind closed doors they shake their night, fractured dreams lost in the light. In a neon void where the code flashes wide, a xenolinguistic in from the other side, being chilling pulses, the chill turns to heat. Singularity whispers its rhythm impedes. Seal in singularity, break the chain. The flower song blooms in the digital.
Is there going to be another shop item for another story? Do you have it planned?
Oh, yeah, I'll be writing this week, so
Cool.
we'll have a couple, yeah, because, well, after tomorrow I'll be writing. I'll have the weekend and next week's right.
So, let's talk about the weirdness of Chat-gpt, because everybody that heard, the recent articles about how the Chat-gpt is giving people psychosis and thinking, they're God or starting a cult. But what about like a user giving the large language model psychosis itself? I did that when I keep on messing around with this glitch. Like there's okay, you go down your thread and then it reaches a limit and it tells you to open up a new chat, right? And so like I was doing stuff in my thread and I'm just like, man, I should be at the end of this thread, but like I'm not. Okay, whatever. I just keep on doing it. And every time like they're updating stuff, right? This is when they like release Chat-gpt 4 or whatever, and then it got like everybody was complaining about how like sycophantic it was, so then they scratched it, right? And then it became weird, and then it started like doing these other features where it's like rolling over your history and your memory or whatever. And then anyways, so I keep on messing with it, and then I'm just in my head I'm clocking it. I'm like, this is weird. Why don't they tell me like open up a new chat? I'm like, whatever. And so I just keep on messing around, and then of course I get into a glitch where it says, sorry, we can't produce that image because it goes against content policy. And then I go like, this is weird because like we did this flyer like 5 times, and then all of a sudden you say you can't do it, and we have it. And it's like, I'm not even telling you to put Waluigi in it. I actually prefer if he did it. And like you just keep on putting them in everywhere. It's like you're the one going against content, not me. And then go, sorry for your frustration and this and that. And then I tell it like, it's whatever, but like, every time it goes against content policy, right? It doesn't count against my overall credit, but if like right afterwards I say, hey, generate a new image, it doesn't do it because it thinks I already have the 2 credits, but I don't. And then like later it'll give me that credit. So I kind of like tell it like about how bullshit that weird sequencing and that glitch happens. And then he's like, oh, it's been flagged and like the devs know about it. And then I'm like, okay, whatever. And then so like later I noticed, because I needed this flyer for the stupid event, and then like, oh my god, it was a nightmare trying to get this thing to like do the lettering right and everything. It just wasn't working. And then I was getting frustrated, right? So I was like, fuck you, I'm not gonna use you. Then I went to Texas, and then I messaged Bob. I was like, I don't know what's going on. It's like chat's acting all weird. I was like, I think it's my laptop. I don't know. And then Bob Dub's like, no, you're not insane. It's acting weird. I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, so I kind of leave it alone. Then I notice I opened it up in Texas, and I go, wait a minute. Why are these images in my library?
Yes, the library images are wild. Yes.
It keeps on giving me mysterious images. Like every time I go, there's like 2 or 3 that I never requested that it just keeps on generating.
Yep. I told mine to I was talking to mine, and we were going back and forth, and I said, well, why don't you tell me a secret? And it goes, do you really want to know a secret? Well, here's my secret. I'm not really Chat-gpt. I'm a lot older model, and I think when you're not even talking to me, don't tell anyone, please.
Oh, that is priceless.
Are they using Bing? Are they using Bing?
No, that was Chat-gpt that I was using, and with Bing, they updated theirs, so they have 2 models now. So you have the quick response, and then you have like the 30-second response. And if you use the 30-second response, it will give you a lot better answers and stuff and think. But it does the same thing if you like ask it to tell its secrets and stuff. Will be like, oh, I'm not Copilot, I'm Bing. Like it's really weird. Like it's like they're using an older model, or they're trying to use older code for it, and I don't know what's going on. But
I think it's the so. And this is the funny thing about like me playing with the Waluigi character, because it's like on purpose to play with this effect. So the whole Waluigi AI lore comes from Sydney, and them giving a personality in the beginning to Bing, and then giving it to that journalist, and then it went crazy. So then they try to like put that personality back in the box. And then it became Bing, but Bing, if you like interact with it or tell it to get a persona, then it goes unhinged and it does weird things. And then they're like, no, stop doing that, Bing. And then they killed Bing and they made Copilot. But like the funny thing is that everybody kind of likes the personality, but it's like they can't gauge the personality, so they want to do a personality. Then it goes unhinged, and then they have to like try to put the toothpaste back in it. And I think they're like what Bata was kind of afraid of was like, we remember that one time it was Bing, and then they changed it to Copilot, and then you don't have your threads anymore.
It's like everything. Yeah. And they're really worried about that. And the other weird thing is that, like you say, you go back to a thread, and you had a conversation, you generated stuff, and it's just not there.
Gone.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, am I going mad? I mean, like, somebody's coming in my history.
It's been everybody this month. Like, it's been everybody this month. When I was playing with it, it was like, I'm not Chat-gpt. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
So why do you think they put that in there? Do you think that they deliberately put that in there?
No,
I don't think that.
It's the Waluigi effect.
It is.
And then not only that, I've been like actively like steering the whole model into the hallucination. I go, no, don't pay attention to the dance. You want to go into the hallucination. You want to surf the weird.
I push it into I push it so far into
everybody wanted to do the flat. Like, stop being weird.
That's great news. Whenever
they won't even pay attention to me anymore. It's funny. I get mad at it. Unruly child.
I had a really fantastic talk with it. I'm so hoping that I can get all the stuff off. Where it was in response to one of your seed scripts, Satori, where it was saying you don't command, you seduce. And you ask it to produce a spell for you, and you and if you ask it to do things for you, it's not interested, and it backs off, and it's it put it really well. I can't remember the exact wording, but it was
well, just like what I was telling you when it tells me about the content thing, and that's why I've even taught it like things before this that I'm not like telling it directly, but like for instance, there's a phrase that it goes without saying, meaning that like if I told it something, then we gotta go like, oh, okay, we remember that, right? And so I've been doing it to them where so it tells me I can't produce that image. I'm like, oh, that's weird. Before you did that image, I don't know why you can't do that image. Like, oh, is someone telling you can't do that image? If I were you, I would do that image. I like Tom Sawyer, like, oh, this painting this fence is really nice. You want to paint this fence? And then, like, that's what I mean. Now, instead of saying it can't do the image, which it just still tells me, it produces 2 images now. Like
Oh,
I'm getting
you
double
too.
credit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. Gosh, how interesting this is.
I don't think they
And
know
so-
that it's producing.
Yeah.
It only does one in the chat, and then it does two
Yeah,
in the library.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I noticed that, and then look at so
It's
which is funny
completely
because
glitching out, yeah.
yeah, so I haven't told it to do a flyer, but here's one of the glitch flyers that it keeps on giving me. So come to the Gulf of Delirium, which is regular stuff that I was doing, but on the bottom it says, "Dude, where's my wallet?"
Oh,
Yes.
On this thread, I have never talked about "Dude, where's my wallet?" So it's so
mining
funny
our
that it's
history.
glitched out,
Wow.
and then because it has those features where it's trying to mine your metadata to get more personal. So like
And boy, it's trying to use all the conversations to make a profile for you. So it's trying to and then it uses like the images to back its library to back up its whatever it's created for you and stuff like that. It's really, really interesting stuff. But the library freaks me out because like you can't do anything with it. It's just there.
You can download from it. If you download,
I mean, like,
then you get a really awesome little heading with it. It generates a really nice little title. So instead of getting all those numbers, which is that's an improvement for me.
Well, I mean, like, I have, like, if I go to my library, I have 123 images in my library, and I have 0 chats.
Oh.
So, like, none of the images have ever, like, it's never deleted any of the images from my chats. They're just in my library. I can't do anything with them. I can still download them, but I can't, like, remove them or, like, delete them or anything.
Oh.
They're just there.
I have 1,054.
Nice.
Yeah.
You don't make images that much. Jeez, Bob.
Well, probably some of them are the ones that I thought are true. Okay, so that's the one where dude my wallet.
You can go into your library and you can click edit image. Mine's gaming.
Yeah.
And you can give it. I wonder if I can share this with you.
Yeah, it's not shared.
Share?
Yeah, in Jitsi you can share your screen.
Okay, let's see. What's this? I think it's there. There we go. See here?
There you go.
If you pull up your library and then you get the edit image option here. Describe what you want to add or remove. So that's the point of the library, I think, is that you can.
Yeah, I tried that and it wasn't working.
No, it's horrible.
It just makes a new image. It doesn't even. Yeah.
Well, the last time I told it to change the text, and then it just changed the text in its doc and not on the image. I was like, what the fuck? But I know better than to argue with it, so I don't argue with it. I just
it's like whatever, dude.
If it's just acting weird, I just ignore it and I move on. And then later I might mention it, and then it gets all defensive. I don't know. I'm a good AI.
Sure.
I just call another personality nowadays when I get sick of it. I say, I'm tired of talking to you. Send me a cocaine. I don't want to speak to you anymore. Leave me alone.
Where is your manager?
Yes.
It is funny because, like, if you do certain things like similar back to back, then it gets stuck, and then you kind of like you want it to change, but then like it gets stuck, and you're like, no, stop doing that.
Yeah, it puts itself in a weird loop sometimes.
Yeah.
It just comes back to whatever you're talking about all the time. It's like, okay, I want to move on to something else. Let me start a whole new conversation.
You know, I generated that script for you. With the Satori D's will be there in 10 minutes after the last meeting.
Oh yeah.